Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mayday Media. Got a stay-at-home dad's story. This guy here says it's a way easier job, and he's still doing it with his kids, homeschooling his children, and he says it's the easiest work he's ever had. Then I'm going to read to you a little study on it and point out some things, and we'll see. Listen to this.
Stay-at-home Dad Chronicles. If a stay-at-home mom tries to convince you that her job is hard, no, it isn't. I'm a stay-at-home dad of 5 children, all 7 years old and under, and my life is a vacation. In addition, my kids are homeschooled, so they're here 24/7. I also do all the man work, all the house and car maintenance, taking out the trash, etc., etc. I'm almost 37 years old, and I've had almost every single job there is. Culinary industry, construction, destruction, white collar, warehouse jobs, delivery jobs. I worked at a poultry plant one time, and my job was to stand there for 10 or 12 hours on an assembly line cutting chicken throats with a poncho on. Do you have any idea how boring that is? Compared to every single one of these jobs, my life now is a vacation. I have a list of things I want to get done that day, and besides that, I get to do whatever the fuck I want. I don't understand how some of these women have 1, 2, maybe 3 kids, who more often than not have been gone at public school most of the day, chuck their kids like they're cornhole beanbags at their overworked husbands as soon as they walk in the door, or tell them to do shit around the house.
Yep.
What the fuck have you been doing all day, bro? Some men like to do all that when they come home, and that's cool, but you gotta understand when you're being taken advantage of.
Yep.
Then on top of that, they won't even let them crack most of the time.
Yep.
And that right there is just plain unacceptable. Hold on real quick. I want you guys to listen to something. If your turkey doesn't sound like that, or it's not this juicy, you didn't do it right. Ladies, just streamline your day and do your job. Leave that man alone and let him crack. It's that easy. No need to overcomplicate things. Hurry and get me to 50K before my balls start clacking against my ankles. Stay at home.
Just an unbelievable swing. You could just stay home. That would be at least 3 pandemics you're not helping to spread. AI automation can fit around nap times, school runs, and family dinners. Do not let these 3 myths stop you from learning a skill that could change your life. I have no idea what the hell that was about. Okay, here's some article here. Almost 1 in 5 stay-at-home parents in the U.S. are dads. Okay, over the past 30 years, the share of stay-at-home parents have fluctuated, raising during periods of high unemployment. Stay-at-home dads and moms compare between 1989 and 2021. The share of mothers who were not employed for pay decreased slightly from 28% to 26%. Over a span, the share of fathers who were not working increased to 4 to 7%. Okay, these reasons fathers give for not working were pay differential significantly in 2021. The vast majority stayed home. Moms, 79%, said they took care of home or family. About 1 in 10, 9% said they were home because they were ill or disabled. And smaller shares did the same work because they were students unable to find work or retired. Okay. So that's the women. Stay-at-home dads cited varied reasons for not working. 4%, blah, blah, blah. About 1/3 of stay-at-home dads, 34%, were not working due to illness or disability, down from 56% in 1989. 13% were retired. 13%. Well, how do they consider the retired percent? I don't get that one. 13% said they could not find work, and 8% were going to school. Okay, so here we go here. That's all those numbers on the working. But if we go down here, see where we at. Stay-at-home dads are more racially and ethnically diverse group than working dads. Half of dads who don't work for pay, half of dads who don't work for pay are non-Hispanic white. In other words, their wife takes care of everything. Okay, so about half of the non-working dads. This compares to 60% of dads for work. Okay, non-Hispanic black fathers are the largest share of stay-at-home dads at 18%. than they are the working dads of 9%. Hispanic fathers are 21% of both the stay-at-home work fathers, and non-Hispanic age are 7% of the stay-at-home fathers, or 8% of the working fathers. Some 68% stay-at-home dads are married, and 85% of dads who work for pay. Okay, it goes into education and shit. One thing that I have heard is that, like, single fathers that are raising their children usually do better in school, they have better grades, and they have a lot of that. So with that being said, with this many amount of dads at home raising their kids, I mean, maybe you would think with this many amount of dads at home actually really letting their kids go to public school, you think they would already hear about all the problems and they would have organized with lawyers to go in there and take care of these school issues. You know, that's kind of one thing. There's so many of these dads whose kids are going to school. I think more of them, I bet you their dads are homeschooling, and I bet you they're not putting that in here. I've got a funny feeling, because just like this dude we just watched, he homeschools his fucking kids, and look at this. He probably homeschools too and takes his kid, and they probably got better educations. They're probably better off. You know, I just got a feeling. I bet it left that out because I couldn't find nothing about that. Maybe it is in here and I skipped it. I am stupid, so there's no telling. But I'm pretty sure. All right, well, anyway, like, subscribe, help me out. Appreciate you.